station manager at Roller Shield. He's attended college, and by that I don't mean a degree. He crashed a couple of kite fighters. Recently, somebody asked what Mark played in college. The answer was space.
Wow!
It all worked out fine though. Mark has kept that job with Jane and Sam for over 13 years, and he loves his job.
Shocking.
Bullshit.
Mark is from Chicago. Mark loves wearing Chicago sports and any sports hats. I don't think he wears anything else besides any Chicago Bears, Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Cubs.
White Sox!
The only team he doesn't like is the White Sox. He hates any team that's won a World Series in the last 100 years.
Why do you do that? Which is everybody else.
Mark is a worrier, especially when it comes to our kids. He's a great dad, but he worries even if they have a temperature of 99 degrees. I look at him and I tell him, Mark, it's 108 degrees outside, and you're taking him to watch in the backyard. You know, Mark looks like a man.
Become like a boy.
He has trouble with certain man things. Like putting together a camping tent. When Mark puts the tent together, it looks like a teepee hit by a drone. Mark isn't very good at reading directions when he puts things together. For example, when we first moved in this house, we were tired, we've been unpacking, moving things. We finally had to put our bed together, and we couldn't figure it out. So he grabbed the duct tape and duct taped the frame of the bed. It's still there. It's still there. Mark is very controlling, especially when it comes to driving. I'd call him a bad backseat driver, but he refuses to sit in the back seat. One time, he dislocated his elbow on a camping trip. Then he refused to let me drive the whole 2.5-hour drive back home. Basically, he thinks a broken arm is less of a disability than being a woman.
That's going to be amazing.
Mark also sometimes forgets things, which makes him terrible at event planning. Years ago, before we were even really dating, a big group of Mark's Chicago friends came to AZ, and there were a few Arizona friends. It was actually the Bears Cardinals crowning game.
Bears!
The plan was to tailgate that day. So, by being ever so helpful, called Mark to see, what do you guys need? You and all your friends come here from Chicago? He was flustered, panicked, they had no booze, they had no food, they had nothing. So, my good friends Megan and Desi, they're sitting right there. Remember this day very well, I'm sure. We went and tried and spent like $400. We got like everything you could imagine to like make it the best tailgate party.
That was really
Only to show up and they had everything. Your wife, Kate, actually had blue cheese stuffed olives for the Bloody Mary bar. We had all of this, so just had to say that. Mark's also an avid hiker. Hiking with them is great, and I'm sure Andy can attest to this, that as long as you don't walk in front and you don't need a tent, he's great to hike with. Mark also insists that he's a star athlete. He thinks or claims that he was a star athlete in his youth.
Shit, Lord, I knew you.
I do think he was probably incredibly good at all these sports, football, basketball, soccer. Maybe it was on an Atari or Nintendo, I'm not sure.
Here we go, God.
Mark's also a big fan of the Blues Brothers. He loves the Foo Fighters, and he loves the show Cops.
Seen every episode. Including the 2 that are on tonight that are recording right now. Brand new season. Season 29.
You've never starred.
29.
Okay. Right now, I'd like to mention a few important people in Mark's life. First, there's his awesome older sister, Karen. They're pretty close.
I don't know
But
about awesome.
whereas Mark is the nervous
Way
type,
awesomer than you.
yeah,
Even a real word.
laid back. Mark loves rallying up Karen and Brian's kids, especially right before bed, but he'll never admit that.
Used to.
And Karen was also definitely the cool older sister in high school. But compared to Mark, Ned Flanders was cool. No offense, Karen. Mark's best friend is Steve Shidlow. He's right here. He flew out from Chicago. Steve is a firefighter, so at least one of them does something that helps people.
I don't even know what to say.
When they get together, they love talking about the glory days and just getting drunk. That's about it for that. I'm almost
That's what we do.
Was there something else?
Then there's our amazing kids, Ava, who's 4, and Duncan, who's 6 months. Ava's pretty funny, and she makes Mark laugh like nobody else. That's good, because I'm scared he's probably not laughing at this. Let's see, here's an example of one of Avery's jokes for
Tell me
Mark.
what happened yesterday.
Oh, I should have used that, but it's close. If somebody goes to the bathroom, Mark's taught her to knock on the door and say, "Did you turn the fan on?" But Avery's a trooper. She's the first to get her dad a beer and watch the Bears game with him. Basically, she's Mark's substitute for Steve, except sober and well behaved.
Avery, give me a beer. Quick.
Duncan's name came from Duncan Keith.
Duh.
I didn't know that at first, but that's where it came from.
Coincidence.
Duncan Keith is a Chicago Blackhawks player. Mark had to insist on naming our kid after a Chicago Blackhawks, but I guess it could have been worse. He could have named him after Patrick Kane.
Yes! That's right!
Wow. Cleared of all offenses, by the way. Innocent.
Now, in all seriousness, I want to say I love this guy. He's fun, genuine, an amazing dad, loving husband. He's my best friend, and he makes me happier than I ever thought I could be. So let's all have a toast for my amazing husband.
Mazel tov. Let's do some shots.